All right, down here, the bottom left corner of the map is our Protoss player who is on a streak. He's playing very well today.
StarTale!
He says, parting? Who's that? We don't need him. I'm the Protoss of StarTale.
Yeah, man. That's what he says.
And up here at the top left, he traditionally has not fared very well against Protoss players, but he has to do it now. His team is depending on him to win this game. He is.
I am Yoda!
Will he be able to lift the fighter out of the swamp and do the impossible and beat 3 players in a row?
Yeah, man. Do or do not. There is no try. As here's the final life. It's the last life of his team.
Now, unfortunately, Yoda has not traditionally fared well against Protoss. Like I said, he's only got 35% win rate, 6-11, and even just if you look at him lately, I mean, he got knocked out of Code A in October by Sage, a Protoss player, and recently lost to Extreme in the KSL Team League as well. So, hasn't been doing too good against Protoss lately.
Uh-oh, this Depot Moltrap.
Oh, wow. Is he going to kill it?
Oh, man. One swipe away.
Wow. That would have been actually really bad if he actually killed the Depot at that point.
He may kill the SCV, though.
Up.
Not quite.
SCV hides inside the Depot there. And the Marine is out now. It's going to almost kill that probe as it escapes.
He was able to get the probe away.
But he was not able to get in to scout if there was gas or not. So Squirtle is in the dark right now.
Very much so. And he takes his second gas as a result.
Interesting.
I think he's planning all in for this map.
And Yoda takes a fast command center down the ramp even.
It's such a tough
Very
choice.
gutsy.
It's so weird that Squirtle will take a second gas here and not all in. If he goes for a robo, and yeah, look at that pro positioning behind those. Well, actually, so he was checking back there. Has he made his third pilot? Oh, he's making it his main. And I stand corrected, Moltrap. He is going to make a robotics. This is so weird, though. This is... When these two builds collide, the Terran is almost always way ahead.
Interesting. Yeah, this is
a great map for a one barracks expand. Not only did he scout the block off there, but I mean he knows what map it is. It's almost. Oh wow!
Whoa, what is that?
That is a command center.
What? A hidden third command center at the right side of the map? Okay, that is ballsy right there. I mean, this is their last chance. This is, if Yoda loses this game, his team is out. And he's doing a crazy strategy right now. This is really, I'm surprised that he's being that gutsy.
Me too, in a way. I feel though, for Squirtle, he is getting this robo to scout to make sure his opponent isn't doing some sort of gas mill behind that wall. We saw the Marines even, which isn't 100% a tell, but it's pretty telling that, okay, he's doing one right span. The Observer Scout is not going to scout that command center. It absolutely will not. There's the Nexus, and Squirtle is going to have to hit some sort of really good timing to pull back into this game.
Yeah, otherwise...
got eBay going up, double barracks to follow this up. And it's not to say that you auto-lose if you go for a gate robo-gate build against one Rax expand, but it definitely puts you behind.
Yeah, I mean, what Yoda's doing is definitely gutsy, but it's paying off. And he's going to have a huge economy in the mid-game because he's going to hide that third base over somewhere on one of those mineral patches on the right side of the map and drop his mules at it.
Yep, he did finish that orbital now. Immediately uses it to drop a mule at his natural, and he may actually lift it and put it on the quote-unquote island expansion that's blocked by 2 rocks in the center of the map where no units can actually
oh, that would be a really good idea, actually.
And that's exactly what he's doing.
That is perfect, because then, I mean, your Protoss player is likely in the mid-game to, if they're good, make a Zealot and patrol it around all the expansions around the map to double check for extra hidden bases,
In fact,
and he won't be able to go there.
He's sending a probe right now to check.
Wow.
And he will
Beautiful
not be able
move by
to find
Yoda.
it.
Beautiful.
This is really cool. He's rallying SCVs out of his command center. He's going to drop the rest of his mules there, most likely.
Yeah.
Now the Observer does skirt around the side. Will it take a second pass into the main? We'll see the factory timing and also the triple barracks. And from here, it's not extremely telling. There's not anything in this that makes it so Squirrel goes, wait a minute, he should have more stuff. Maybe he has a hidden expansion. There's nothing that he's seen here that is telling of that.
Yeah.
And actually, right now, Yoda's going to move out with a pressure move with just a few Marauders in the mix. Stim is not quite done. It actually decides to turn around, interestingly enough.
Got to be a little bit careful. There's a couple Immortals in Squirtle's army.
Yeah, this is a really interesting army for Squirtle.
3 Immortals now out for Squirtle.
This is his way of putting pressure on to try to get to catch up from where he was behind.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if he's going to go for a little bit of a push. He has a pylon over there, and with those 3 Immortals, those Immortals may be designed to, you know, punch down those bunkers very quickly.
It's very well could work. SCVs are already being pulled, though. He knows what's up.
Yeah. There are a lot of force fields available to Squirtle, though.
A lot of units. Squirtle is not going now. Oh, this is
If he gets
not
a
a good
warp-in
idea.
of Stalkers, then he'll have a really solid army. There's the Stalker warp-in right now.
I don't like the idea of trying to go into this choke point, though.
No, I don't either. It means his Zealots are going to be funneled. But he was going to go for it. The Guardian Shield goes up. The Immortal's pounding away at that bunker so quickly, killing the bunker very, very fast. But the Zealots are just getting slaughtered in the front. Nice force fields are trapping the units. And this is actually working quite well thus far, but
it is.
I don't know if he can go into the rest of that.
The third Immortal not usually being able to fire. Now he is.
Wow.
And actually...
those bunkers go down so quick to the concentrate fire of those
If
Immortals.
he can actually force field the ramp one more time and block those SCVs out and kill the bunkers, well, he's actually thrown away some shots here. Is he going to force field the ramp?
I don't know. And he's going in. He doesn't need to at the very end, but he does force field the ramp, but not until the Marines on the ramp get close enough to hit his Immortal. And he's going to have to abort this because he's out of force field energy.
Yeah, and his opponent has medevacs and, mind you, a third command center. This is not looking good for Squirtle. He almost made this work, but he was not.
That was a really cool
to.
attack. I mean, he had 4 bunkers and now he has 1. That's how close it was. He killed 3 bunkers during that.
Is he going to go for a second wave? I guess so.
Maybe.
There are medevacs out, though. They're almost out of energy, but I don't like
think
this.
his army's big enough for that.
Yeah, his opponent has combat shield stim. Yeah, he's got to go home. Yep. No forges back at home, though. He is producing Colossi. The base has not been scouted. There are just 4 SCVs there in total. He's dropping all of his mules there, though.
It's a little surprising. He only has 4 SCVs there.
Yeah,
but I guess for a while he was in trouble and didn't want to. Probably cut SCVs during that.
Definitely did. Scan does go off, sees the robotic support bay and the additional gateways. Viking production has started. Does not have a Ghost Academy or an Armory. He's starting his second eBay now. Will probably start his Armory as well, so he can get 2-2. Oh, this is a bad position for Squirtle. With those extra units coming in, though, he can definitely take this fight.
Yoda loads up a group of his units for a drop and sends that medevac off while he retreats back up his ramp. But there's another warp-in going on here near Yoda's base. Now that means
that warp-in's going to be unfortunate. Yeah.
Because Squirtle doesn't have anything back at home now and he can't warp in right now. Exactly.
He's on cooldown. The medevac isn't going, though. Guardian Shield's up. He's going to attack here with just 1 Colossus. The force field's actually working out really well for Squirtle, but he is backing up. I think he has too many units, though, and the drop actually still sitting pretty, not actually doing anything.
No, he needs to drop that drop right now. Now finally it's going in, but it may be too late. The Colossus doing so much damage, it is untouchable. The force field's keeping nothing, making it so nothing can get near it. There's no Vikings. Yoda's front door is completely breached, and it looks like he actually might get some of these units, but the drop went in a little bit too late, and Squirtle's just ignoring it anyway.
He actually is just
He's not even controlling that drop. He's so
drop
desperate to try and save his main.
Drop's killing in the simulator. He was so not even worried about the drop that he warped in a full round of units towards Yoda's base, and I think
Squirtle may
has done
clinch
it,
the
man.
series. Squirtle came off the bench in a dire situation. We were not sure if he could beat Happy, who is on a roll, but here he has defeated 4 opponents in a row and taken the game. GG! StarTale defeats IM, and there he is waving 4 fingers at you.
Yeah, last time he did 3, this time he did 4. Got up to those 4 kills.
Wow. Very, very nicely played. And you know what? It's what happens when your star players are in another country, I guess.
Well, that definitely does impact the results. There's July on the bench. He didn't even have to come out, nor did Curious. This is phase 4 of the celebration.
I guess so.
But I have to say, the Hidden Command Center was really something that came into play a little bit there, I guess.
Oh,
it basically
apparently
says you shouldn't throw down mules.
That's funny.
But the Command Center came into
Happy's
play a
gotta
little bit.
feel
I mean,
really bad.
think about this. Think about this, guys. Let's think back for a second.
Let's think about it.
how the IM coach must feel right now, knowing that actually Squirtle should be dead. Happy should have killed him, but Happy got cocky, botched the game, and then Squirtle killed everyone else. But
Yeah.
if we can go back in time and not drop mules, I don't know what happens for the rest of the team league.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't know what
seriously.
happens. Think
Seriously,
about that.
it might have come down to that specific point in time where if he doesn't drop those mules, he's got 800 more minerals instead, and then he's got a
wins.
bunch more units, and then he kills that third.
Or if he controlled his Vikings, but I mean, or if he even killed
Well,
that,
there's a lot of
base. I mean,
he made a lot of mistakes in that game after he
played
got
too
it
cocky.
confident.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that is the reason why I am coach is going to be really frustrated with Happy today. I have to say, I mean, he's going to be talking to him pretty harshly. I would say, listen, I mean, I know it's funny, but you really got to focus.
Yeah.
I mean, you may have been the reason why we lost today. I mean, it's a completely different situation if Happy wins that game. The momentum shifted at that moment. So.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's got to be tough. It shifted just a little bit, but it was enough that Squirtle was able to kind of force his way back into the game over a long period of time.
Yeah.
So, very nicely played, though, by Squirtle. Got to hand it to him. He was the right man for the job, and he was able to get a lot of kills in a row. But you know what? Horror, Ready, IM didn't have anyone top caliber to send at him.
No, they
really
washed, They washed up on the beach, man.
They did.
The beach stayed. Like, I don't know. I was like trying to make an analogy, but like I don't know. The waves kept coming, and
Well, isn't Squirtle a water Pokemon or something?
yeah, it wasn't very effective.
Your joke was not very effective.
No, no, it was not.
That's
But,
okay.
It wasn't even a joke. It was just trying to be like a smart analogy, but like
It's all
didn't
right.
work. Then it became a joke.
Yeah. So, yeah, I really do think that things would have been a little bit different if IM had all their players here today, because
Absolutely.
look at the caliber of player that they were sending out. Happy, very, very solid, but everyone else that came out today was kind of untested.
Lackluster. I mean, they were just kind of like
Yeah, Seed, I like Seed's play. You know, he's a good player, I would say, but Horror and Ready and
they didn't show their stuff. And Yoda.
Yoda they weren't up to snuff.
I actually was so surprised Yoda didn't hold that. And I mean, he got caught a little bit off guard. He should have made additional bunkers, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, oh, well, even though those Immortals killed my bunkers really quickly and now I only have one left, I don't need any more bunkers. so I'll
I
just
thought
use
he
this
was
one.
fine. I was like, oh, he's got medevacs, he's fine. And then I thought, though, he would remake his bunkers. But anyway, we're going to have an interview, of course, with our MVP,
오늘의 MVP
who
선수
is
먼저
certainly
만나보시죠.
Squirtle.
꼬부기 박현우 선수 축하드립니다.
I don't think he didn't have anything to do with that Colossus at the end. Was
Yeah,
part
that
of it
was
too.
part of
he
the
had
problem.
nothing that he could do
네,
about the
박현우 선수
Colossus.
GSTL에서 MVP 오랜만이시죠. 감회가 새로우실 것 같아요.
아, 저번 GSTL 초창기에 올킬 이후로 겨우 해봤자 0킬 아니면 잘해봤자 1킬 이런 식으로 했는데 너무 오랜만에 2킬 이상 한 것 같아서 정말 기분이 좋아요.
네, 박현우 선수 정말 기분 좋으실 것 같은데요.
Basically,
원래
he said
스타테일의
I was able to
올킬하면
all
원조는
kill
박현우
last season.
선수죠.
And
그런데
I haven't been
스포트라이트가
able to do
계속
well
최지성
since then, so
선수한테
I'm
가
very happy that I
있었어요.
got 4
내심
kills today.
질투가 나진 않았었는지 궁금합니다.
전혀 질투 같은 건 안 났고요. 그냥 저희 팀원 형이 잘해주니까 오히려 저는 기분이 더 좋았어요.
아, 그러셨군요. 역시 팀원들 간에는 이렇게 사랑이 넘치는군요. 박현
He
선수
said, he
앞으로도 좋은
wasn't
경기
jealous of Bomber
보여주시고요.
last time, for
또
the
올킬이 나오게
all kill,
될지
but he was
기대해
actually
보도록
really proud of him.
하겠습니다. 우리 박현 선수 이제 코드 A 3라운드를 앞두고 있잖아요. 오늘 MVP 한 게 심리적으로나 뭐 경기에 도움이 많이 될 것 같나요? 궁금합니다.
요새 연습도 좀 전보다 열심히 하고 그 성과가 좀 나온 것 같은데 처음엔 긴장해서 게임이 잘 안 풀려서 마음에 안 들었는데 결과가 좋게 나와서 코드의 3라운드도
I practiced very hard for the Code A matches.
오늘 좋은 결과를 거둔 만큼 코드 A
And
3라운드에서도 좋은
I
모습
gained a
보여주시길
lot of
바라겠습니다.
confidence today
또
after my
GSTL에서의
victory, so
앞으로의
I think I'm
경기도
going to do well in
멋진
the
경기
next match of
펼쳐주시길
Code A.
기대해 보겠습니다. 그리고 감독님 정말
Yeah, he's a good today,
축하드립니다.
man.
네, 감사합니다.
네. 네, 김강복 감독님 아까 전에 1세트 끝나고 저희 인터뷰하실 때 강동원 감독님하고 신경전이 대단했잖아요.
that
이렇게
was
승리를
not
가져가게
Vines, that's
되셨는데 강동원 감독님께
And
이 자리로 한 말씀
StarTale
해주시죠.
coach. There we go.
동훈이랑 가장 친한 감독 중에 한 명인데
Wrong MVP that was yesterday.
경기 하기 전부터 얘기했던 게 최종전에서는 만나지 말자고 그 얘기를 했었거든요. 이기든 지든. 근데 오늘 경기 본인 스스로도 질 거라고 예상하고 나왔을 것 같아요. 그래서 뭐 이
Alright.
결과니까
He says he's really good friends with the IM coach.
이기고
And
올라왔으면 좋겠습니다. 떨어질 거라고 생각이
he says the IM coach probably knew he was going to lose today when he left his
감독님들의
house.
우정 정말 보기 좋고요. 다음 경기 잘하셔서 또
And he's hoping that
결승에서 만날 수
IM
있으면
will
좋겠네요.
advance from the
네,
loser
감독님
bracket so they
이제
can face him
다음
again.
팀은 프라임입니다. 유일하게
Very friendly
이번
things.
시즌에서 올킬을 낸 팀끼리의 만남이에요. 많은 팬들이 기대하고 있을 것 같은데 어떻게 경기하실 것인지 한번
Yeah,
얘기해
IM will
주시죠.
still be going to one of those
저희가
consolation
좀
matches, so they're not completely out of it yet. But StarTale's definitely
프라임 팀도
a
우리
lot better
팀이
position.
올라온 걸 반기고 있을 거예요. 근데 저희가 어떻게 준비하느냐에 따라서 승패가 갈릴 것 같은데 저희가 연습을 열심히 한다면 충분히 이길 수 있다고 생각합니다.
네,
StarTale,
승자전에서
he says
멋진
that
경기
StarTale
보여주시리라
usually struggles
믿습니다.
with Prime.
이상 지금까지
who
승자전에
is their
진출을
next opponent.
플레이오프를 눈앞에 두게 된
So Prime is probably
스타트레이크
happy about
만나봤습니다.
the fact that they're advancing,
여러분,
but
저는 다음
they're going to do their best to practice hard and prepare for the next match.
Well, it is going to be a tough challenge for them. Prime has been doing surprisingly well these past 2 seasons compared to their initial GSTL results,
Yeah.
where they were never able to really advance. They always lost, but now they're doing better.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting that they had a lot of good players on Prime, but as a team, you know, they couldn't really do a whole lot there. So it's cool that they're doing a little bit better now.
We're going to take a look at our results to kind of remind you guys, I guess, how the match is played out. Now you can see Bomber taking the first game, Happy then taking 2 games, and then Squirtle cleaning up house, taking out Happy, Horror, Ready, and Yoda. A 4-kill.
Yep. A T, 2 T's, a Z, and a P. Squirtle faced one of every race and didn't back down. Wiped them all out.
Absolutely.
Streaked them off the map. So there is the rest of the schedule. As you can see there, MVP is going to play OGSTL, and Prime is going to face StarTale next week. Those are kind of the winners matches. And then the week after next week.
Yeah, next week is just the finals. So
that's right. And the GSL finals, that is. And then the week after that will be those consolation matches where FXO will play Slayers and Ennis Hosa will play IM.
Yep.
And then depending on that, we'll have some final matches before we go into the complete playoffs and finals for the Team League.
Yeah.
At the end there.
So look forward to those. The matches will always be best of 9s.
Yes, indeed.
Should be pretty interesting to see how the rest of the Team League plays out. We've kind of got a nice distribution right now of how things have been going. There have been some surprising matches. For example, IM's not out of this yet. They've got your better players. They're going to be coming back.
Yeah, they're going to have everyone next week. So, all right. Well, I think that's going to do it for us for today. Some really epic matches this week in the Team League. Go back and watch the VODs from yesterday if you haven't seen those, because those were awesome. And we will catch you for some Code A next week in just a couple days. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.
See ya.